just taking the field. And Dean Bell, absolutely crucial game. This is the game of the season.
Yeah, that's right, Stuart. The stage is set, everything to play for both teams. I mean, it is very early in the season. I mean, a loss is not going to kill either side off as far as their championship hopes go, but it will give them impetus to go on for better things. And it is a very big test for Leeds Rhinos. They've been playing very, very well of late, as everybody knows. And I suppose this is the ultimate test.
And a forerunner to the first team game, Dean, the academy game, which you were in charge of. Fantastic result for Leeds.
Yeah, it certainly was. Wigan did manage to get a few points on the board, just a couple of slip-ups from our guys, but it was probably as good a game technically as you could wish to see from an academy game, from an academy setup. So I'm very pleased with the result, and it just shows that we're getting everything right here. And out come the Leeds Rhinos.
That's a tremendous ovation greeting the Leeds Rhinos tonight as they take the field. In fact, they're not taking the field yet, so the ovation must have been for something else. Well, you'll hear it now. That is the Leeds Rhinos on the ball now, led by Ronnie Rhino, the mascot. Just run through the teams quickly for you. Iestyn Harris is at full-back for Leeds. Paul Sterling, Richie Blackmore, Brad Godden, Francis Cummins at three-quarters. Tony Kemp and Ryan Shedden in the halves. Marty Masella, Dean Lawford, Darren Fleary the front row with Adrian Morley, Anthony Fallon, Mark Glanville making up the pack. The substitutes are Darryl Powell, Andy Hay, Jamie Matthew and Marcus Sindelar. And for Wigan, they line up with Chris Rudlinski at full-back, Lee Gilmore, Gary Connolly, Danny Moore, Jason Robinson in the three-quarters. The halves are Henry Paul and Tony Smith. The front row are Neil Cowie, Robbie McCormack and Tony Mestroff, with the back three Dennis Betts, Mick Cassidy and Andy Farrell. Simon Orton, Stephen Aldgate, John Clark and Paul Johnson make up the pack substitutes, and Russell Smith from Castleford is the referee for this evening. This is the game that everyone's been waiting for. I think the whole world's up for this. That's what we've been saying tonight, and an absolutely fantastic atmosphere in a packed Headingley. Great game in Prospect. Phil Kaplan, absolutely crucial game tonight. Great game in Prospect.
I don't think I've ever witnessed an atmosphere like this for a club game at Headingley. Last year against Bradford was big, but this is something else. The teams coming out have never been greeted at Headingley in the modern era with such a crescendo of noise.
Oh, just about to kick off. It's going to be Leeds to kick off. They're going to be playing left to right as well, looking at it from our position in the main stand. Iestyn Harris about to kick the game, and that's with their backs to the pavilion and the front facing the scoreboard end of the game. It's covered by Sky, of course. A tremendous atmosphere in Prospect tonight here. So we'll just see Iestyn Harris get the game underway, and a big cheer greets it. And Wigan, they'll be looking to come away from that line early on, and Leeds immediately in at the tackle and knocking down. And both sides are going to know they've been in a game early in this count. This will be the settling down, toughening up period. Wouldn't be surprised to see Russell Smith pulling both sides early in the tackle count for a penalty. He doesn't need to, because Wigan have kicked on the third tackle. That sent Iestyn Harris scurrying back. They want to play the game up here. A good chase as well. Cowie's up there. Sterling switch from Harris, and Sterling makes ground up the middle of the field before he's knocked down.
Probably an indication there that both teams would rather be tackling in these early stages than running with the ball.
I think that goes to show, Phil, the respect they have for the Leeds defensive unit at the moment. They certainly didn't want to face them early in the game, and I think you're always better playing with the ball in your hands anyway, so very interesting tactics.
Tony Kemp with the ball in his hands. Let's get to Glanville. Glanville to put Morley through the gap, and that gap quickly closing down. Masella takes the ball relentlessly forward, and Leeds are now 30 metres from the Wigan line, centre field. No score on the board. Been playing just a few seconds if you just joined us. Iestyn Harris unceremoniously dumped to the ground.
And Mick Cassidy just letting him know that that's why he's in the team.
And Kemp puts a little kick up. In fact, it's a high kick this time. It's to Robinson's wing. Rudlinski's underneath. He's missed the football. Hannell has it back for Leeds. There could be something on here. The referee waves the tackle count on, and rightly so as well. Rudlinski made a pig's ear of that one, as they say in Yorkshire. And the ball back for Kemp now. Kemp through the hands. Masella in the middle of the field, looking to move the play out to Glanville. Glanville's taking men on. That's a good ball out to Godden. Godden Cummins away. Cummins steps inside. He's going for the line. He's in for the try, is he? He's just held up short there. What a tremendous opening start we've got here. So Cummins quickly to his feet, plays the ball. Morley watches the dummy runner. That's time to Glanville through the hands again for Fleary. Fleary will only know one way forward. Gets a good ball out to Kemp. Kemp stepping, trying to move the ball away in the tackle. Gets it away to Blackmore, but Blackmore's trapped there. He gets out of Smith's attempted tackle and takes play back into the 10-metre area. Russell Smith standing right over the play of the ball. And there's really interference there at the play of the ball. He should have had a penalty. Masella stepping, going himself, and straight at one Wigan player there on the floor. Knocks him down with the power of his drive. And Leeds should have 6 more tackles here again, and Darren Fleary going forward.
Yes, back to one. Very fortunate there for Leeds. Wasn't a good pass from dummy half. It went in front of Tony Kemp. He let it bounce. And fortunately, one of the Wigan players got a boot to it, so it's back to one again.
Listen, Neil Cowie making his presence felt already. One swinging arm there at Adrian Morley. Kemp looks to dummy, goes himself. Gets the ball back inside there. That's great play from Leeds. Leeds pressing strongly in these opening stages. Lawford it was. Another poor pass comes out there, but Harris has it over on that far side. Drops off inside for Brad Godden, who steps inside, can't get anywhere. Still Leeds hovering around this 10-metre area. Harris sticks the ball on himself, drives for the line from dummy half. It's the ball back to Godden. Godden's in for the try. That's going to be the first try of Leeds. Good play, Dean Bell.
Yes, everyone thought Yeston Harris had been tackled. He used tremendous strength to pass the ball out of the tackle. Brad Godden was the recipient, and it's a very good try. A lot of pressure put on the Wigan line, and I think at this early stage to get a result like that is tremendous.
Magnificent start from Leeds. 3 complete sets of 6 on the Wigan line. There was some great scrambling defence. Henry Paul will be regretting the fact that he kicked the ball back to Darren Fleary, kept the move going. Leeds anxious to get the ball wide where they obviously think there are gaps, but what a fantastic pass from Yestin Harris. It was a great start for Leeds.
Fantastic start. Yestin Harris brings the ball back to the 20 for the kick. 4-0 Leeds already in the lead. Brad Godden just walking back with Seamus McCalley in the Leeds physio. And I'm sure Godden won't want to be retiring from this fray so early in the game. Fabulous atmosphere at Headingley. The clash of the Titans, the big one tonight. And Harris, as you'd expect, is taking his time with the kick. No reason to rush it. It's a good start from Leeds. Came from an header by Rydlinski, who couldn't take the football. So Harris then looks to
and that's really got the crowd alight. Not that they needed anything. Leeds kept the ball alive, looked to get the ball to the wings as quickly as possible. Tony Kemp involved 2 or 3 times in the middle of the park, keeping the ball moving. He's had a big start to the game. Yestin Harris with a very important kick, although it was just crucial to get points on the board. All that pressure.
Harris's kick is waved away. A none from 1 for Yestin Harris, but just the start that Leeds would have wanted in this game, showing that they can open the tight Wigan defence even this early in proceedings.
Hi, this is Brad Godden. You're listening to Radio Rhino on 1404 AM, the official Leeds Rhino matchday radio station.
Brad Godden blew down to Bob Pickles on the bench there. Bob, tremendous start for the Rhinos.
Terrific start. We've gone out, just thrown caution to the wind. We're not taking it steady. We're going to play football and move that ball about, and it's paid off for us. Well done.
Wigan now just driving the ball back out with Tony Mestroff. It's good defence. Again, Masella's quickly in at the tackle.
Again, Masella deserves big raps. He had 2 or 3 huge runs in those opening sets of 6. He looks really fired up for tonight.
Lee Gilmore just drives the ball forward, and Cowie now spins out of one tackle by Kemp, but straight into the waiting arms of Adrian Morley. Betts running forward, just takes a tackle. Cassidy smashed by Masella, but he spun out of the tackle and made an extra 4 or 5 metres before he was brought down. Now Farrell's kick comes in. Fleary knocks him to the floor.
Full credit to Andy Farrell there. Fleary did hit him. He couldn't pull out of it, but Farrell didn't make a meal, got straight up, and Harris is running the ball back.
A lovely ball out to Cummins. Leeds throwing the ball in front of their own post. Cummins stepping back inside, sensibly coming away from the touchline, and Godden then driving play forward. This is Wigan's first chance to put pressure on Leeds, looking for the mistake early in the tackle count in the Leeds quarter before they get the ball spun to the backs and the ground starts to be eaten up with the feet.
You can tell the confidence of the Leeds team with Yestin Harris throwing that pass across his own line. Caution to the wind. Bob was right. Enterprising and entertaining.
Darren Fleary again, but he's not down. Leeds have had 4 tackles. They've made 30 metres. And Adrian Morley will certainly make the 10 that he's expected to, and he does that. Leads up to the 40-metre mark. Last tackle now, so whereabouts is Tony Kemp? We'll be looking for the penalty for the kick downtown. That's a long kick, and it's a good kick as well. It splits the Lee Gilmore and Rydlinski, and Gilmore waits for the ball to bounce before he picks it up.
Yes, Lee Gilmore is a product from the Dewsbury Moor Club. He's a very exciting player, and he's only 20 years of age, and I think there's a big future and probably an international future at some stage. Gary Connolly just broke out a dummy half. They've really got to watch him. He's very quick off the mark.
Another one who's quick off the mark is Jason Robinson, who's looking to step. Destin Harris, 2 drives from dummy half from Wigan. Now McCormack steps into that role. It's the ball out. Cassidy to Betts. But Blackmore has the measure of Betts, former teammates at Auckland. Messed off again.
Wigan teams do settle quickly, and they're into their pattern again, into the Leeds quarter.
Faddle looks to put the kick in, puts a high kick, and that doesn't look like a good kick. Will be interesting to see where it goes. It goes into the front row of the Eastern Terrace, so not a good kick from Andy Faddle.
No, he'd be very disappointed. He had plenty of time. There's certainly no pressure on him, and he had a big line up outside, so he'd be very disappointed with that.
And Harris just doing the work of the forwards, just driving the ball down the middle of the field.
Certainly looking for work, Destin Harris. That's 3 or 4 times he's taken the ball first man. He's trying to set an example.
Sheridan now buzzing, weaving, dodging, trying to get players on the run, and he gets Darren Fleary powering his way down the middle of the field. That's good driving from Leeds. They're almost up to halfway centre field. 4-0 the lead. Glanville.
And he's been a steadying influence. A couple of the attacks just prior to Leeds scored, he took the ball right to the man before giving it.
And it's Adrian Morley just in on the action. The crowd have spotted something there that was not evident to us up here. And Kemp on the last tackle puts a little kick in again over the top. It's for Robinson to chase this time, and the ball will bounce, and Robinson can allow that to run dead, and it just evades Paul Sterling. Well, both sides not really finding the kicking game, Dean.
Oh no, there wasn't too much wrong with that kick. It did take an unfortunate bounce, really, so I wouldn't be too disappointed. It was a good set from Leeds. They brought it away from their own line very well. They made a good 50 metres. Now they've just got to try and contain Wigan in their own area.
So Robinson dodging, weaving, looking for a way through, but Sheridan has the measure of him with Blackmore out on this north stand side as Farrell comes over the 40-metre mark, and the pitch looking absolutely resplendent tonight. Big raps for the groundsman, Keith Boyce.
Great tackle from Tony Kemp there as well.
Cassidy just sets play up well there, and Leeds hitting him, knocking him down, looking to bring Cowie on, decided to just take it himself. Betts looking to step there, that's good. He's out of one tackle, can't get the ball away though. Up to the last tackle now. We can play the ball on halfway, and Faddle puts the kick in right on the line. And the ball bounces and spins into touch on the 10-metre mark, and game showing absolutely no signs of relentlessly letting up. It's relentless attacking drives at the moment, and some good hard tackling.
And for all the talk of 2 very aggressive sides in defence, we've had 10 minutes and not a penalty to be seen.
That's right. Mr. Smith just having a word with Neil Cowie about something that had happened earlier on, and that's the right way to go about these things. It's to no one's credit if we continually stop starting the game. So we'll see Sheridan feeding the scrum, moving the ball out now. It's it out there to Harris, who's coming to the stand-off position. And he gets Godden away. Godden's got some space there and goes. A good defence though from Wigan, from Gary Conley. You don't fool Gary Conley quite as easily as that. Francis Cummins comes inside. Takes play 35, 36, 25, 26 metres from his own line. Kemp. Cowie smacks him to the ground. That's uncompromising tackling. Fleary again. I'm sure that Graham Murray has just told Darren Fleary to take the ball up as often as possible. Morley dropped off on the inside by Ryan Sheridan, but well read by Farrell and Cassidy, and Morley got a good walloping for his pains. And Kemp's been flattened off the ball. Surely somebody's seen that. The Wigan player picks him up, Robbie McCormack, and again the kick's drifted dead over the in-goal area.
Again, to Tony Kemp's credit, he did get up, he didn't make a meal of it. Robbie McCormack helped him up. I don't think there was anything in that, much the same as Fleary's challenge on Farrell earlier.
Cassidy drives the ball, just made 2 or 3 metres from the 20-metre tackle as the ball went dead, and Robinson it is now. Always dangerous, Jason Robinson, from any position on the field. If he breaks the first line of defence, it's usually a good night nurse. McCormack moving the ball to his right to Farrell. Farrell looking for Cowie, and Cowie gets a good ball out of the tackle. It was lucky in the end, and Betts has put the ball down, and Blackmore just knocked on there, and we're going to have it back again, and there should be 6 more tackles. Some good hits there, Dean.
Yeah, it certainly was. It was great pressure by the Leeds defence, and Wigan really were very fortunate to come out of there with another 6 tackles.
Betts certainly put the ball down. It went backwards, said the referee. Henry Paul just dodging and weaving, going himself from dummy half. And the first penalty of the game then goes to Wigan. Tony Kemp, guilty of holding down.
Yeah, it was pretty done by Tony there. He actually come in to, you know, obviously Henry Paul is his opposite number and he wants to make sure he takes care of him. He did give him a good hit, but he sort of just done that extra push with the hands, and obviously Russell Smith is going to be very hot on that tonight.
Estraf drives forward. It's hit by Flaherty and Kemp. In fact, it's Farrell.
And discipline's going to be very important again in these early stages. It's given Wigan a free run at the Leeds red zone.
And that's where they are now, just camped outside it. It's Cowie crosses into that red zone now, steps out of one tackle. Fortunately, he was slipping and trying to make progress on his hands and knees, and does make another 7 or 8 metres. Smith, Henry Paul. There's a gap there for Henry Paul. He stepped. That's going to be a try to Wigan. Leeds aren't going to stop him, have they? In fact, he's a metre short. That's unbelievable defence from Leeds there. And the ball spins off Robinson's arm, and Blackmore has it and puts the hammer down now. Coming away, Richie Blackmore takes men on up the middle of the field. Still going Blackmore, very, very strong.
How strong is this man, Richie Blackmore? He just swatted off Wigan defenders as though they weren't even there. But great defence. Another great run by Paul Sterling. They're really turning defence into attack straight away.
Jesse Harris then looking to move the play now. Just throws the dummy, goes himself, takes the tackle.
And Leeds have made an incredible 60 metres there in 3 tackles. Fantastic reply to Wigan's first real attack.
Sheridan drops off inside for Sterling. Sterling tackled by Smith. And Mestrov again. Now Glanville, it's his turn. He runs at his mate McCormack, and they've shared many battle together. Wigan have a penalty. Leeds have a penalty. Wigan all offside, right in front of the post. Kick for goal, Dean Bell.
Yes, they certainly go for 2 points here. It was just reward for enterprising play from Leeds. I mean, they attacked right from their own line. A great try-saving tackle to keep Henry Paul out, and you know, they just turn it around straight away. So, you know, they're very on their game at the moment.
Yes, and Justin Harris will have a look at this kick at goal. We've been playing 15 minutes now, and this is only the second penalty of the game.
That's a really, really impressive reply by Leeds. Could have conceded a try. Great stepping run from Henry Paul. Pulled down just a metre short from the line. From the play, the ball, a high pass, a bit hard. Tony Smith couldn't take it. Richie Blackmore made 30 metres. Paul Sterling another 20. Yestin Harris an extra 10. Mark Glanville saw the Wigan defence backpedalling, ran straight into them. He's got a penalty in a kickable position. And if Yestin Harris converts this in front, Leeds would be 6-0 up after 15 minutes. That really would constitute the perfect start.
Yes, just reward for some enterprising play and some great defence to keep Henry Paul out, Dean.
Yeah, it certainly was, but it just shows how dangerous he is one-on-one. And, you know, if they don't push hard from the inside, he's obviously got the firepower, he's got the talent to break through your line. So they've got to make sure they stay tight in defence, and they can take care of him.
So Justin Harris then in front of the post. Lines it up. And it's hit the post. And Farrell gets it back for Leeds. So 1 from 2 for Justin Harris, but it could turn out well for the Rhinos in the end. Kemp decides that Farrell's come too far in the line there looking for the interception, and decides the safe option is to take the tackle. Marcella now drives forward. And this time it's Lawford finds Morley going through there from short ball from Sheridan. Leeds just 5-6 metres short of that Wigan line, with Glanville at dummy half. Harris at first receiver. Long ball out there for Kemp. That's a great ball for Kemp. Kemp puts Blackmore on the charge. Blackmore back to Kemp, and Leeds using the short side now with Kemp. Has he got the ball now? Tony Kemp, he's held up over the line. Russell Smith doesn't need to go to the screen. There'll be 6 more tackles from Leeds. Great play from Leeds.
Yeah, certainly was. Enterprising play there from Tony Kemp, staying alive off a Richie Blackmore pass, and you've got to give some credit to the Wigan defence. I think it was Danny Moore just managed to get underneath and stopped a certain try.
Radlinski as well, managing to turn Kemp over just as he was about to put the ball down. But again, fantastic concerted passage of pressure by Leeds, and this really is stretching the Wigan defence.
So Sheridan then works the feed. Blackmore twists and turns there. That's a good ball for Harris. Harris gets it out to Cummins. Cummins take him in on the outside. He's rolled over, perilously close to the touchline, but he's managed to stay in. And Harris then in fact, that'll be a penalty again to Leeds for interference in the tackle, and that's fair play, that, because Leeds were certainly being interfered with over there, Francis Cummins.
Perhaps an indication there that Wigan needed to get their line realigned. The professional penalty out wide. It just keeps the pressure on, though.
Kemp finds Flaherty. Flaherty just drives forward, steps out of one tackle, still going. 4 Wigan men bringing him down. He's only a metre short of the line. Lawford in at dummy half. Turns his back to pass, finds Sheridan running at the defence, finds Blackmore charging for that line. Again he's brought down, he's just a couple of metres short, Richie Blackmore. Penalty to Leeds again for raking the ball out. Wigan are under pressure here, Dean.
They certainly are, and Russell Smith's got to be thinking about the sin bin at the moment. That's their only answer at the moment, so he's got to start thinking about that yellow card.
I think again in that kind of attacking position you would have said that professional foul merited a sin binning.
Yes, and Justin Harris has decided to have a kick at goal. He's none from 2 at the moment, and currently averaging 75% for the season. So he's a little bit below his average so far this evening.
Yeah, I think Wigan are probably pleased that he's taken the kick. There was concerted pressure there on their line, so I suppose taking 2 points at the moment will give them a lift and obviously get the ball back down the right side of the field.
So Justin Harris then, important kick this. He's missed this with his first 2. He's right back and again to the 20 metre mark. And he's got the ball lined up on one of these new fashioned kicking tees.
It looks like Simon Horton ready to come on. We've seen about 19 minutes of the game. We thought the 20-minute mark we might see the first interchange, and his introduction could change the way we're going to play at the moment.
Harris's kick this time is successful here. The cheers go up. Leeds 6, Wigan 0.
Yeah, they're certainly doing all the right things at the moment, Stuart. They're controlling the ball, they're controlling their game. Defensively, they're very sound, and they're showing a lot of enterprise in attack. And we've just got to follow this up and make sure we have a good set of 6. Just got to keep the penalties out of the game. That's probably the only thing that's keeping Wigan in the game at the moment.
And again, Leeds seem to be attacking from deep. The ball's being moved back a good 5 or 10 metres to enable the likes of Tony Kemp and Richie Blackmore to come onto the ball at maximum pace. The handling has been excellent, and Leeds are on song. This first 20 minutes we said would be a key time. There's the first mistake, Justin Harris kicking dead.
Yes, that's a bad error, kicking dead from the kick-off, which has given Wigan a penalty on the halfway line, so they'll have possession now, and instead of being on their own line, they'll be halfway, Dean. Bad error. Yes,
we just talk about the penalties there. I mean, it's very unfortunate. There's not much wind out there, so you obviously got a good connection on the ball.
And Faddle kicks, finds touch, just on the 40 metre mark inside the Leeds half. And Cowie drives the ball. In fact, he doesn't, he's the dummy runner. Mestroff does so, and he's hit by a real smacker from the hitman, Darren Fleary. Certainly knows he's been in the game. Marcella comes crashing in. Farrell now looking to bring Robinson into play as quickly as possible. Sterling brings him down. Good defence from Paul Sterling. It wasn't the best pass from
Interesting that Andy Farrell threw his hands up as well. He was looking for more support. His only option was Jason Robinson. He looked round at his teammates to say, where are you?
Yeah, certainly. They had a move on. I think it's one of the ex-players that a lot of players call him, and he was looking for that inside run, and he wasn't there.
That's right, and not very happy, Andy Farrell. And the kick goes up. It's a tough tester for Francis Cummins. The ball goes backwards, and Harris has it for Leeds via the hands of Marty Marcella, who's doing a fine job covering over on the far side there. Cummins then making play, trying to take play down, and Wigan will be looking to force the error here because Leeds have had the upper hand so far in this game. Oh, that's great defence. Dennis Brett's in there, and then Cowie. Marcella just drives forward. He's hit second time in the tackle. Glanville will go forward. Harris in at dummy half this time. Puts the ball, goes himself. Steps out of one tackle and another. Gets up to the 40 metre mark. So Leeds have come down, and Kemp can kick from position of relative strength.
Yeah, that was a great run. I mean, Leeds was struggling against some very good defence there, getting the ball away from their own line. But Heston just made that extra 10 to 15 metres, which gave them the breathing space for Tony Kemp to have a good kick.
And the chase was good, the kick was better, and the chase was even better still, because that was
a superb tackle by Godden and Cummins there on Lee Gilmore.
Yes, and Gilmore had to wait, let the ball bounce, showed a bit of inexperience of wing play there. And Henry Paul looking to get Robinson away, and he's got a bit of space on the wing here, and Sterling's missed him. Blackmore comes back and knocks him straight down to the ground. And again, Jason Robinson so dangerous in any sort of broken play. He only has to beat the first man, and you just fear for the line, even though he might be 80 metres away from it. Bobby McCormack then brings the ball back for Faddle. Faddle be looking for the short pass for Tony Smith. He gives it, but Tony Smith gets a good wallop in there from Darren Fleary and Martin Marcella, and he's felled it as well as the little man. McCormack spins out of one tackle. And that's back to 6. That's a dodgy decision there. I thought the ball certainly seemed to be thrown against the Leeds man, Dean.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty dodgy decision myself, Stuart. I think, the Leeds player certainly didn't play at it. And Wigan were very fortunate to get another set of 6.
Well, there they are in a very dangerous position. 20 metres from the Leeds line, over on the south-hand side with Dennis Betts looking to power his way through. But it's good defence on that far side. Difficult to see who that is from here. It's Martin Marcella doing the work out wide. Henry Paul. And the ball's come loose and Sterling has it for Leeds. And the ball's been stolen by Redlinski. Blackmore brings him down and must have been on a one-to-one tackle. Couldn't quite see what happened there. Latecomers are blocking my view at the moment. McCormack and Wigan spinning the ball across the field. Cowie. Oh, and a good defence there. Brad Gordon stolen the ball in the tackle.
Yes, Leeds have done tremendously well there. A lot of pressure on their own line. Brad Gordon went into the tackle, come away with the ball, and now we're straight into attack.
Yes, and Leeds are straight into attack with Francis Cummins down the middle of the field. He's coming from the wing, looking to take the weight off the forwards. This game, end-to-end, relentless football. Yestin Harris had a big game so far.
Again, amazing experience from Brad Gordon. Just ripped the ball out of Neil Cowie's hand when Leeds were under pressure, and Leeds back on the attack. Leeds did tremendously well to spot that the ball had come loose, and Radlinski looked like he was over in the corner, but Blackmore caught him. And Leeds on the last tackle to Tony Kemp, kick through, and again salvaged their line intact.
Yes, Leeds just aren't getting the run of the ball with these long kicks at the moment. They just seem to be rolling, and this one finally goes over the dead ball line. Interesting to see Jamie Matthews just come on, and if he has the impact that he has been having of late, Leeds are in for a good one.
Yes, he replaces Martin Marcella, which is the normal way now with Leeds to bring Marcella off.
Simon Horton is on for Mick Cassidy as well for Wigan.
Yes, Simon Horton for Cassidy.
Mark Glanville has just introduced himself as well.
Yes, Lee Gilmore's felt that one. And
he won't be quite so keen to run the ball into the middle of the park now, I don't think.
That's right, Lee Gilmore just struggling, and Farrell tackled over on the far side by Cummins and by Gordon. Mestrov. And you'll hear the who there, that was Adrian Morley. Just letting Tony Mestrov know that what he did on Mark Carroll last week he can do to any other Aussie prop in the game.
Yeah, that was a great defensive set from Leeds, and at the moment, Yestin Harris returning the ball with interest, made a good 35-40 metres with the ball. He's really exciting at the moment, Yestin. He's sort of, every time he gets the ball, the Wigan defence just don't know what he's going to do. Is he going to pass? Is he going to dummy? Is he going to step?
Matthew gets the ball away. Sheridan finds Blackmore. Blackmore's got a bit of space, and he's also got some strength, and Sheridan's back, gets the tackle.
Again, Leeds are looking to get the ball out, and the support is there.
Cleary charges at Simon Horton. Horton manages to bring him down. That's good defence from Wigan. Kemp again. That's where Leeds like the ball in Kemp's hands. He looks to drop off for Morley. Morley steps out of one tackle and another. Brought down though, just 20 metres from that Wigan line. Farrell's in at dummy half. He's played hooker, so he'll be quite happy to pick the ball up from that position. And Dean Lawford's the one that's brought down. And now
again,
it's the last
sensible
tackle.
Option from Lawford, settling it down.
Kemp now looks for the drop goal. Is it there? It's over the top. Russell Smith looks at everybody in the field, everybody in the crowd, and finally gives the drop goal. Good option.
Yeah, it's a very smart option there by Tony. Every time Leeds have been down in Wigan's half, they've come away with a result. And if they continue to do that, obviously the Wigan heads will go down.
Yes, we've been playing about 27 minutes.
And Dean quite rightly coined the phrase, I think last year or the year before, dumb football. I think he's got the copyright on that. And Leeds doing the reverse of that tonight, playing intelligent football. Wonderful set of 6 there. And at the end of it, nothing on. Tony Kemp took the extra point. It just psychologically lifts Wigan 2 scores now to get in front. And it's been an almost perfect first, 27 minutes for Leeds.
Yes, it has indeed. That's been great football. Harris kicks downfield again. This time he makes no mistake. The ball goes straight to the arms of Henry Paul, who brings Mestrov on. And Mestrov straight into Jamie Matthew and straight down as well. But Leeds have given away a penalty for holding down. Penalty's tied at 3-all at the moment.
Yeah, there certainly wasn't much in that, but I suppose, Russell Smith is very consistent, and that's all you can ask.
Yes, very consistent Russell Smith. As Cowie drives forward again. Brushes Glanville off with ease.
Glanville's in big trouble here. He hasn't moved, and he's got the old telltale arm up in the air, and I'd say he's unconscious at the moment, so hopefully the referee will see it very quickly.
That's right, the Leeds players showing some concern as Betts He's forward, the referee being told to stop the clock, and there's an head injury there. We need some problems here with Mark Glanville.
Yeah, so we've got the signal of Seamus McCallion. He is certainly, well, he does look knocked out at the moment. He hasn't moved for a good minute now, so very serious injury, and gladly the referee had seen it and common sense prevailed.
That's right, and that's a sad blow for Leeds, and there's some concern out there for Mark Glanville. I never like to see anyone in this sort of situation. And
it looked like it was the force of falling backwards in the tackle. They've just shown he went in, technically he was driven backwards. I think it was the force of landing on his back and possibly the top of his neck as he fell.
Yeah, no, I actually think he was out before he hit the ground, Phil. I think he just took Neil Cowie's forearm. Neil does hold the ball out quite wide in his stance, and he just caught him on the chin. So hopefully it's not too serious. Obviously they're being very careful at the moment, just putting the mandatory neck brace on. But yeah, it is a blow, because as everybody's quite rightly noted this year, he does steady the ship down when things are going a little bit wild, and he'll be a loss, but it does give an opportunity for somebody else to come on. I noticed Daryl Powell's getting warmed up now. He hasn't seen a lot of game time of late, so it gives a good opportunity to show what he's made of.
And he's an experienced player, one experienced player for another, and in a game that's as tight as this, that's probably what you would need.
yes, you would indeed, and it's taken a long time there to get Mark Glanville onto that stretcher, and obviously the medical staff making absolutely sure that everything is 100% correct before they move him onto that stretcher. Always dodgy to see a stretcher come on the field for anyone.
It's one thing, of course, in this high contact game that you can never legislate for. It's immaterial how it affects Leeds for late substitutions late in the game. The important thing is that Mark Glanville is okay, but it is safe to say that Graham Murray's options probably will be limited when it gets to the last 15-20 minutes, and that could be a telling factor.
So Glanville then still caught out. There's 12 minutes 36 seconds of this first half remaining. Leeds 7, Wigan 0. I'll give it its correct title: Warriors 0, Leeds Rhinos 7. So it says on the Sky board.
It was about the only type of incident that was going to stop the pace of this game as well. It's something you never like to see in rugby league, and both sides were literally going at it hammer and tongs.
Yes, you're very correct there, Phil. I think both sides would welcome this break, even though it's come under those circumstances. And yes, it's just been end-to-end stuff, and obviously, hopefully, it doesn't affect Leeds in the fact that the momentum has stopped. It maybe give Wigan a chance to regather there and just sort of settle down a little bit. They're under pressure at the moment, and I think if Leeds just got to maintain that pressure in defence. Every time a Wigan player gets the ball, there's a Leeds player right in front of them.
Yes,
again, the good thing that even though the referee slightly delayed stopping the play, the medical staff were out there extremely quickly. Great care and attention been taken over Mark Glanville. We can't quite see from here, but it does look like he hasn't moved since the incident, and hopefully in the dressing room they'll be able to bring him round and he'll be okay. Huge ovation for him, which unfortunately I don't think he can hear at the moment.
No, he looks completely out of it. Doesn't know whether he's on this earth or Fuller's earth. And Cowie just plays the ball as we get back to the action. It's sometimes important to remember that we are watching a rugby match here, and Wigan starting to run some angles. Good play from Connolly, and he's brought down. And Wigan moving the ball, stacking men up towards the left here. Henry Paul, Faddle, great ball. The ball's been knocked down. And a knock-on, says the referee, and quite rightly so as well. And
yep. I think again, just the force of the defence leads up very quickly in the face of the Wigan line, pushing the pass, but it wasn't on. Went to ground, and referee absolutely right, was a knock-on.
Yeah, that's right. That's what they're doing at the moment. They're not letting Wigan play with the ball. They're not giving them any room, and that's the best way to deal with an attack like Wigan's.
Yes, you can't stand back and let Andy Farrell run with the football in his hands and give him carte blanche to do what he wants to do. You really have to knock him down, and knock him down early in the proceedings. So Daryl Powell now, first touch of the ball from him, and he takes play up. He won't be overawed by playing against this Wigan side. He's played a lot of tests. Matthew just drives forward, and we're looking at Dean Lawford at dummy half, centre field, Adam Fleary. Ducks, weaves, dives, gets up to halfway before he's brought down. Up to the last tackle now. Kemp's in a good position for the kick. In fact, Dean Lawford puts the kick in. And that's not a bad effort from Dean Lawford. Again, Lee Gilmore stops it with his foot. And again, there's 4 Leedsmen waiting for him, including Daryl Powell and Brad Godden, who bring him to the floor. But he did well there, did the youngster Gilmore.
Looks like Wigan are warming up Paul Johnson on the sideline.
Simon Horton just quick play the ball. That's good play from Simon Horton. Jason Robinson gets in his stride, but only as far as Ryan Sheridan. Good defence from Sheridan.
Important tackle from Ryan Sheridan as well, as Betts goes up the middle. And again, another good tackle, this time Jamie Matthew, but Wigan are on a roll.
Robinson pulled down, and Leeds need to slow the play the balls down. They're not doing that at the moment, and Wigan have got a run on here. Henry Paul's come off for Wigan. That's a strange substitution. Connolly makes space, goes himself. Godden chases back, knocks him down up to the last tackle now. So this time we'll see what Wigan can do. McCormack goes himself from dummy half, puts a little grubber kick in, and that can run dead, safely run dead. Not the best option on the last tackle.
No, it certainly wasn't. And Brad Godden did very well there. He initially missed Gary Connolly, and then he just chased him right across the field. And you know, that's the thing to do. You know, he is his opposite number, and he's a very dangerous player. But Brad's settling into this Leeds side week in and week out. He's just getting better all the time.
So Paul Sterling just brings the ball backwards. It's 9 minutes 50 seconds. Brings the ball back up towards the Wigan line. Jamie Matthew as he runs forward. And strange decision there.
Be interesting to see who Wigan drop into the standoff berth. Lee Gilmore's obviously moved inside, but it could be that they've dropped Andy Farrell back to 6.
Yes, it's certainly a strange one bringing Henry Paul off. There didn't look anything wrong with Henry Paul, but Leeds get the ball out of the tackle. There's been something going on in there in the tackle. Kemp slips as he tries to step inside, gets it back to Farrell. And Farrell will just drive forward up to the last tackle now, and Tony Kemp has the football in his hands. Not the best of passes, and he puts a little kick in. Sterling chases, Blackmore chases, and Midlinski picks up for Wigan but doesn't get very far because the chasing's good, and Kemp's been hurt.
Tony Kemp a bit groggy after that kick through, but I think he'll be alright.
And the substitute Johnson just upended by Morley. Dean, what do you make of the substitution of Henry Paul?
Yeah, I just don't know what's going on there. I didn't actually see the substitution itself, and I don't know if he limped off the ground. Yeah, very interesting. I know that you know, John's got high regard for Henry, but whether he's got enough patience for him, because he is one of those erratic kind of players, and maybe they just need someone to steady the ship a bit more.
And Dennis Betts looking full of running this evening. He's run strong all right. Another man here, Jason Robinson. He's missed him. And Harris brings him down, does he? Manages to get him away. Connolly there, good defence, good scrambling defence from Leeds. Wigan can move the ball out to their left. Leeds have got the defence back, but could Wigan be on a roll here? Simon Horton goes through. Redlinski still going, gets it back to Betts. Betts is heading for the line. Oh, he's in touch there, that's in touch. Great defence from Leeds, and great scrambling defence there because Robinson was clean through.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, they've just got to watch Jason Robinson. What a dynamite player he is. You know, they are getting quick play the balls at the moment, and Leeds have got to slow that down. They've just got to get some good shoulder contact. But there's certainly, on my mind, there certainly wasn't a try. I think Leeds done everything to keep him out. Wigan gave their best, but yes, he knocked the flag out, so it's going to be no try.
That's right, and Wigan know it's no try because they're heading back in the direction of a 20-metre tap. And referee signal for the screen.
Again, we saw Richie Blackmore do that to Chris Ryan at London. It was an important tackle that put him into touch as he was about to score. He's done the same on Chris Radlinski. A magnificent 2 takes by Radlinski in that move. And again, the instigators of it, Betts and Robinson up the middle. But Blackmore's cover at the end just pushed him into the corner flag.
Fleary just charges forward.
Harris.
And Matthew just... Oh, again, that's good running from Jamie Matthew, running the angle there and taking men with him, but making progress. Harris again, he's in everything this evening. Already must be well on his way to the Leeds Man of the Match award. Sheridan then finds Farrell. Anthony Farrell gets a good ball out of the back door, Fleary. Back to Sheridan, that's good play. Sheridan goes in, he's got the gap there on Cowie. Great defence from a prop forward. But Leeds have a roll on now. This time it's Blackmore. Looks to put the little grubber kick in, and he's chasing, and so is Radlinski. Oh, a good play from Radlinski. Took that very bravely.
Yes, he did. He is a very brave player, Radlinski, but Richie Blackmore spoiled it there. He's just pulled him by the jumper. it wasn't going to give anything other than a penalty. So, you know, you can't afford these silly penalties at the moment.
So Leeds then just standing back, waiting for Wigan to play the penalty. Wigan coach John Morley just comes from his seat in the stand in front of us. 6 minutes on the clock as Simon Orton gets a good hammer in from Adrian Morley. Farrell puts the hammer down. He's away, Andy Farrell. He's going to have support here from Betts. He's got Danny Moore inside him. Moore's away, is he? Oh, great defence again from Francis Cummins and Justin Harris, but Wigan have a roll on here again. How much longer can Leeds hold out with these defensive stints? That's going to be the last tackle. In fact, the referee says that Farrell was offside, and he's put him in the sin bin, coming from an offside position to make the tackle, so Wigan get the penalty there. And that was a harsh decision, Dean.
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was initially, but you know, there's been other incidents in here, well, especially in the first 10 minutes where Wigan players could have been sent to the sin bin for the same thing. Interesting to see Andrew Farrell there just looking to the touchline on what to do, whether to take the kick or not. And, you know, I'm a great believer that, you know, the captain's got to make those decisions.
Yes, and they don't come much more experience than the Great Britain captain.
That's right, and it just goes to show the pressure that that Leeds are putting on this Wigan side. There's a little bit of uncertainty there from the captain, but also, you know, not to run the ball. I think run the ball against 12 men under the pressure they're putting Leeds under at the moment would probably be the better option.
The Farrell gets a rousing ovation as he comes to the sit in the bin.
Again, that's going to be crucial at the start of the second half. Leeds are going to be a man down for that first 5-minute period, and that could be important.
So Farrell then with this kick put Wigan on the score sheet for the first time. 7-2 it would be, and it's successful. So penalty there from Farrell. We've been playing now for 36 minutes.
Wigan in the last sort of 4 or 5 minutes have just taken the ascendancy. A couple of breaks up the middle. We've seen Betts and Farrell. We've seen Robinson on the end of a couple. Radlinski's played extremely well, and it would appear that taking off Henry Poole as Wigan have opened out a bit.
That's right, and we'll just see what happens as kick-off comes, because Wigan will be really keen now to put Leeds, and that's a great kick from Radlinski. Kicks into a huge space, and Jeremy Matthew picks the ball up and steps in there, but that was good, intelligent kick-off from Wigan. Darren Flaherty now, and the 12 men will have to work really hard.
Yes, it was good intelligent play if they got the ball back, but straight away Leeds are on attack, so they've got good field position at the moment.
And Morley comes in for some rough treatment. Simon Orton expected a penalty against him then. He looked round at the referee, was amazed not to get one. Sheridan running at the defence, just stepping, looking to go himself. Up to the last tackle now, Leeds. And Sheridan will find Kemp, and Kemp's going to be charged down here if he's not careful. Smith it was, and the high kick comes in. Robinson's underneath. It bounces awkwardly, and Robinson takes it over his own line, steps the first line of defence, and Blackmore brings him down. Good tackle, so good chase from Leeds. Danny Moore finds Radlinski, and Leeds will look now with the 12 men to keep Wigan down here. They don't want any breaks up the middle of the field. There's 3 minutes remaining on the clock. Paul Johnson just tackled in the middle of the field. McCormack steps, goes himself. Good defence from Tony Kemp, though, holding him down. Just slowing play down, Leeds. Tony Smith gets into a gallop, finds Orton. That again, that's good defence from Leeds. Daryl Powell working hard at dummy half there. Dennis Betts looking to offload the football at every opportunity. Up to the last tackle, so Wigan are on the halfway line, and Farrell will look to put the kick in. And that comes powering in, and that's hit the corner flag, so that's a poor kicking that turned out in.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, if I was Andrew Farrell, you wouldn't be aiming for the sideline anyway. You have to be aiming for the goal line, because obviously when the ball goes out, it just slows the play down and eats the clock up for the sin bin.
Right, and Harris is walking back slowly as the time clocks down. 2 minutes left in this first half. Absolutely tremendous first half. I think Leeds have got a blood bin.
I don't know if Bob's got any word on the initial condition of Mark Glanville down on the bench.
Yes, well, unfortunately, we're still unconscious when they carried him off the field, and they just put a neck support on just for safety. We don't know. Other than that, I don't know any more at the moment.
Well, Jeremy Matthew is who comes off the field at half-time, coming off for the blood bin just before half-time. And he's got a nasty cut over his eye, and the doctor will be working on that as well as Mark Glanville. When Marcella comes on, socks rolled down, which suggests a little bit of cramp. And Francis Cummins drives out from the tap. If Leeds can play out this set of 6, it should be sufficient for them to take a 7-2 lead.
And that would be impressive. That would be a very, very impressive 40 minutes of rugby league.
Into the dressing room at half-time. Kemp again. Oh, and he's put the ball down, so Leeds can't play out this set of 6. And Orton getting a little bit stroppy there.
Yeah, silly play there from Horton, because all that does is eat up more time, and I think it's certainly Wigan's benefit if they get the scrum underway as soon as possible.
This is only 47 seconds on the clock, and Wigan will be looking to try and do something here. Gilmore looks as like he's...
Gilmore looks like he was at loose forward with Farrell at standoff at that particular scrum.
That's right. And McCormack finds Cowie, and Leeds will be happy if they can just bring Cowie down. Just half a minute left on the clock, and the big clock now is certainly noticeable, but Leeds will be looking at it on the Sky clock, and that's again good defence from Farrell and good defence from Kemp. McCormack then with the Wigan looking to change that option, which they do so well. Farrell looking to go himself. Good defence from Darryl Powell.
Important tackle, probably one or two more.
Well, I can't afford to allow Robinson any space at all. Robinson's brought to the ground. There's only 5 seconds left, so this will be the next tackle, will be the last one. It's the last tackle as well in the set of 6. McCormack gets the ball back to Cowie. Cowie's kick. Leeds will be well advised just to allow Cowie to knock forward, and Richie Blackmore it is will take the tackle, will he? In fact, he looks to have moved down the field. There goes a half-time hooter. Good first half from Leeds, 7 points to 2, well worth the lead, Dean.
Yes, certainly. I think they've played tremendously well. The only thing they have to watch is those quick play of the balls. It's getting Jason Robinson. Dennis Betts has taken advantage of it. We all know how dangerous Wigan are at the moment. But you've got to be very satisfied. There's probably about 6 minutes left in the sin bin to manage, so they've just got to hold out at the moment, and they're certainly having all the forward momentum in this game. Wigan are struggling at times to break through, but we know what sort of dangerous side they are, and there's obviously going to be coming out in the second half and doing what they do best. So I think there's been a number of impressive performances out there. Tony Kemp's had a tremendous defensive stint. It hasn't been a strength of his game, but tonight he's just tackled everything that's moved.
Right, that's end of the absolutely scintillating first half there. Leeds 7, Wigan 2. And Redlinski looks to get the game restarted. It's just about 10 to 9, so we're looking at an 9:30 finish, Dean, and wonder what's been said in the dressing room at half-time.
Well, I think Graham Murray would be very pleased with the way the team's gone at the moment, and he'll be emphasising the need to try and contain Wigan in this next 5-6 minutes, whatever it is, that the sin bin is for. So it's really important that we start with a good set of 6 here, and obviously conversely, like Wigan's John Mooney, he won't be too happy with the way they've been playing, but he knows that especially late in that first half they were making a lot of inroads, especially from dummy half.
And Brad Godden just been absolutely physically sick as he came back, probably had too much to drink at half-time water wise, and he's back in the line now just rubbing his stomach. And Darryl Powell takes the ball forward. Leeds have done well in from the kick-off. They've got up to halfway, and a quick play the ball has got Yestin Harris on the burst, and that's what Leeds need to do, and they need to stop Wigan doing that. Easier said than done on both those counts. And the ball going back for Kemp, and Kemp dribbles the kick down, and sits up for Redlinski, and a good friend of Radio Rhino just departing, Neil Harmon. Good defence though from Leeds, and Redlinski comes away. Robinson now, and again that quick play of the ball as Leeds were asleep at dummy half there. They've made the tackle, somebody had his back turned, and Robinson spotted the gap immediately, and now it's the turn of Danny Moore to go. In fact, it's not Danny Moore, it's Paul Johnson. Lee Gilmore just hangs on to the football. That's good play, but Wigan are in the Leeds half of the field, and Farrell's got the ball, and again that switch of play which tends to open things up. Inside balls for Simon Horton, and he's missed him, and Harris has got, it's a chase between Harris and Horton for the corner, and Harris has no chance. That's Simon Horton in for the try, and that's a typical Wigan move and a typical Wigan try.
Well, he's certainly capable of that. He's running down his favourite left-hand side. I think Yestin Harris actually showed him too much room. He's a very, very quick player, Simon Horton, for a big man, but this is just a start that Leeds couldn't afford.
Yes, that's given all the impetus back to Wigan now.
And it was easy yardage right from the beginning of that set of 6. Radlinski and Robinson found the gaps, quick play the balls. Mestrov was caught in midfield, but he only delayed the inevitable. Long switch pass from Andy Farrell. Tony Smith was the link. He put Horton through the gap, and Horton didn't need asking twice to romp over from 40 metres.
Great try there from Simon Horton. Absolutely tremendous. And his mother sat right in front of us here, and she's been dancing about and jumping up and down, as you'd expect. And we can go down to Bob. Simon Horton, a man you chased for a long time. And
yeah, but unfortunately he's in the wrong colours tonight.
Absolutely, but what a great try.
Well, yes, we got caught out having 12 men, didn't we? Once it switched the point of attack, Farrell went the other way. We were a man down and the gap was there for him. Took it well. Fast lad for a big lad.
Yes, and as you say, Yestin just showed him a little bit too much. If Farrell has this kick, would you believe, to give Wigan the lead? And strikes it well across the field. And he's missed it. So it's 7-6 then. As far as Leeds are concerned, they still have the lead, but only just, and it's a precarious lead they've got at the moment. 1 point, courtesy of that Tony Kemp drop goal.
Yes, this is going to be a very important set here for Leeds at the moment. They've got to reply with interest now. There's no need to panic. There was one slip up in defence. As Phil says, they do have the numbers on us at the moment, but what we've got to do is just keep our heads up at the moment.
We've got to play out for the return of Anthony Farrell, and if there is a good side to conceding a try, it's that it will have wound the clock down for him coming out the sin bin. Leeds now have got to put together a strong set of 6 until he returns.
Flaherty just driving up. Farrell's actually stripped off and going to the touchline side now. And Leeds get the penalty.
And Darren Flaherty did well there because he played for the penalty again. It winds the clock down. He shrugged his shoulders to say he couldn't get clear, and the referee gave him the benefit of the doubt, and we're very close to Anthony Farrell returning.
So Yestin Harris, in fact it's Orford tapping the football and Marcella driving forward. Farrell's just stretching, looking to come back on. Leeds have this set of 6 with Darren Flaherty driving forward now. Straight at Robin McCormack. Good play from Flaherty there. He's really become a vital cog in this Leeds machine.
He's had a fantastic game, topped the tackle count at half-time. He's already taken 3 very important drives in at the start of this second half.
And Adrian Morley looking to find a way through. Farrell's back on from the sin bin, and that's leads up to full numbers again. Slips the ball out the tackle. Darryl Powell diving down. Harris has got the ball. Long ball out there for Blackmore. Blackmore juggling with the football, but Wigan are coming across. Blackmore puts the kick in, and it goes into touch. Now will that be designated to be a Leeds kick? In fact it won't. It's going to be a head and ball to Wigan. For the ball, the Wigan man didn't play at the football, and I didn't think he did, Dean.
Yeah, that was a correct decision by Russell Smith. He certainly didn't play at the ball, and it was unfortunate. I mean, it's something that Richie Blackmore has brought into his game and has been quite threatening on circumstances.
So Wigan with the feed, good defence, Andy Farrell. And again, Wigan are looking to, with Paul Johnson, move that football.
And he did well there from acting half-back, and Leeds have just got to tighten up their marker play.
Yes, the marker play is very poor at the moment from Leeds, allowing ground to be made. Robinson tackled there, and again that's 4 drives from acting half, and again it's Tony Smith this time. And 2 men on him immediately though. Robin McCormack goes as well. Nobody there at dummy half, and Leeds are going to pay the penalty for this if they're not careful. It's the last tackle, and Leeds have given the penalty away. In fact, he's judged that Darren Flaherty is held down, and this is getting disappointing play from Leeds, Dean.
Yes, they've just got to maintain their discipline there. I mean, they were on the back foot. There was 4 consecutive runs from dummy half, but they did manage to stop the movement, and unfortunately gave it by a penalty, and that just puts themselves under a lot more pressure.
Yes, the famous Leeds defence is just losing it a little bit at the minute, and Farrell's going to kick for goal, and
again, it must be so frustrating to give away penalties on the last tackle, because you put in all the effort to try and contain a side, and you look up and you're heading back towards your own posts, and Farrell knows the importance of this kick. It's about 43 metres, but it is straight in front.
So Farrell then.
But Terry Matheson missed one of a similar distance last week.
Yes, we can clutch at straws. This to give Wigan the lead then. 42 metres from the line, straight down the centre of the field. It hits that high, and the flags are going up. That's over the top, and Wigan take the lead with that penalty from Farrell. And And Leeds then the ultimate penalty for giving away a silly penalty really. No need to do that on the last tackle. They've done all the hard work, and now they're going to be 2 points worse off and still with the same problem of having to run the ball out from their own line, which they would have done had they not given the penalty away. But that was ominous signs from Wigan there. 5 drives from dummy half, made 50 metres. Midlinski again, kicks downfield. Thanks for Sheridan. Sheridan brings Morley back. And Morley straight in. Good defence from Andy Farrell, Gary Connolly. And Gary Connolly been kept very quiet this evening, which is unusual in Leeds Wigan games. He usually likes to get his normal 60-yarder. Good driving from the cellar, right up the middle of the field. Takes Robin McCormack with him round the ankles, but makes play. And again, both sides at the moment making good ground from dummy half. Farrell ducks under the first defence, but second men bringing him down. Sheridan now, it's the last tackle and it's for Tony Kemp, and Kemp just bobs the ball over the top again. And Midlinski can chase that ball, he can't let it go dead, he can't afford to let it go dead, and Leeds have tackled him over the line. That's good defence from Leeds, a great kick and a great chase, and that's what Kemp's been trying to do all evening, Dean.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, this time the ball managed to stay in the in-goal area, and a tremendous chase. There were about 4 or 5 Leeds shirts there.
And that's important. Leeds needed something, some impetus to get back into the game. It was starting just to slip away from them, and that kind of thing psychologically can pull them back into it.
Neil Cowie's just come
Holgate on for Cowie.
Yes, that's what Dean was about to say. And Harris gets the football, gives it back to Darryl Powell. That's good running from Powell. That's from the dropout. That's made Leeds up to the 30-metre mark. Lawford gets the football from dummy half, finds Marcella. Marcella will be looking to come off again, I would think, for Jamie Matthew. He's back from his spell in the blood bin. He's certainly around there. Harris again coming up on that far side, gets Gordon away. Gordon for Cummins. Cummins steps inside. Good play from Leeds. Got a lot of room. It was very tight there, and Gordon electing to give the ball. Flaherty goes charging forward. Just a couple of metres short, Leeds. A lot of pressure now. Lawford in at dummy half. Kemp finds Sheridan. Leeds moving the ball across. There's men to spare on the outside. If Sheridan can go himself, can he? Pushed over on the far side there, and some of the Leeds fans are cheering, looking for a try. I think Russell Smith will go to the screen. It'll be a difficult one to judge, will this, Dean?
Yeah, I don't think he got there. It was great ball movement there by the Leeds side. Some tremendous wide passing. But Ryan Sheridan, there's a lot of good cover defence coming along, and I think it was Jason Robinson that did manage to get underneath them.
We'll soon see as Sheridan comes over now.
It looks like he got the ball free. It's just a question of whether he's over the line and didn't drop it in the act of scoring.
It's a difficult call for the
crowd here certainly seem to think that he got downward pressure, but it's inconclusive on what we can see.
Told you they'd stolen it, yep.
Well, what goes around comes around. Exactly what Leeds suffered at London, they've now got in reverse.
So Leeds will take the penalty. They'd have preferred to take the try. But,
and Wigan are going to get a player sin bin for petulance here.
Simon Orton, he kicked the ball away there so that Yasin Harris couldn't take a quick tap, and he's coming for a spell in the sin bin, so Leeds have got to make Wigan pay.
I think we'll find it's Dennis Betts.
Is it Dennis Betts? Bob, your eyes are better than mine. You must have your glasses on.
Always have been.
Well, that's it is Dennis Betts coming over.
So how it's changed now, Leeds with the extra man.
And must make it pay as well. So Flaherty driving forward, still going for the line, good defence. Robin McCormack brings him down. Lawford, has he got the ball down? Again, the referee doesn't this time go to the... So Leeds are not going to get tries like going from dummy half. You have to be a Sheffield Eagles player against Wigan to do that. And that's Farrell this time, and struggling to get to his feet. Good ball there to Kemp. Kemp gets the ball back. Leeds are stood deep as you'd expect at this stage. Sheridan disappears up his own passage, and Harris now going himself. Inside balls for Cummins, and Leeds stepping. There's really nowhere to go, and the attack just not really coherent there.
And Leeds need to remain patient now while they've got the extra man. Find the overlap.
Marcella just drives forward, takes play into the 10-metre area. Last tackle coming up. What will they do here? Flaherty's in a good position. He's been missed out as Kemp looks to put the ball out there for Blackmore in the corner. Blackmore very strong. Can he get the ball in? Sterling picks it up. He can't get the ball away. It's gone back. A Wigan player's knocked that down. That should be Leeds. It should be a scrum with head and ball on Leeds. It is. Another set of 6 for Leeds.
Yeah, so it was great play there. It was a great pass from Tony Kemp, who passed to the outside of Richie Blackmore, and Richie on the move took it at great speed, but unfortunately the Wigan cover was up to the job on the day, and he flipped the ball back inside to Paul Sterling. Paul Sterling did get rid of the ball in the tackle, but it come off a Wigan player.
So Leeds then with head and ball at the scrum.
And Leeds really have to make this pay. Looks like they're reversing the blood bin. Jamie Matthew back for Martin Masella.
Yes, and Masella's done his stint this evening.
It is important that Leeds come away from this position with some points on the board. They've been down here for a good 5 minutes now, and there's no need to panic. They've just got to play out their sets. And there's a guy in the sin bin at the moment, and I think they've just got to start going forward with the ball rather than playing sideways.
There's a lot of lateral football at the moment. The ball's out for Cummins. Cummins steps inside. Has he got the strength and the legs? No, great defence from Paul Johnson. But Leeds looking to move that ball, looking from side to side to see if they can find a gap. Matthew finds Clary. There's a gap here. If Clary can get the ball away, he elects to go himself. There was 2 men outside him, and the cover's got across now, so that chance has gone. And prop forwards popping up in the wrong place at the wrong time there. But Leeds have a chance now with Blackmore stacking up the centres on this side. Brad Gordon puts the ball back, picks up by Morley. Morley, the referee says that's a knock on, and so that puts Leeds probably guilty of a bit of panic football.
Yeah, they just tried to force the issue there. There was no need for it. Darren Fleury probably found himself in an unusual position out in the back line. All he had to do was probably pass the ball on to Andrew Farrell. There was certainly a 3-on-2 situation.
Yes, it's difficult when...
Again, you've got to credit the Wigan scrambling defence. They're a man down, but they seem to have extra men in every tackle there.
Yes, good performance from the Wigan defence this evening. Danny Moore. You'd expect these 2 games to be giving nothing and asking nothing. 7-8 the score, Wigan have it, with Robinson just bringing the ball away. Good defence though from the right wing combination of Sterling and Blackmore. Stephen Aldgate, former Workington Town forward.
Andy Hay warming up. His introduction could be crucial.
Blackmore's it's McCormack on the shoulder, and Wigan are going to be kicking from the position inside their own half of the field. Faddle kicks it over the top, and Sterling can pick it up, bring the ball back, and because the Wigan players were offside, Sterling had a good 10 metres before he had to face a tackler. Sheridan, that's for Harris. Has to go himself, inside ball for Cummins. Cummins has worked hard this evening. He's been seen a lot of the football.
Henry Paul warming up for Wigan, so obviously it was tactical, his substitution earlier on.
Yes, Morley just powers forward. Great run from Adrian Morley. Now it's Matthew for Faddle. Ooh, on a brick wall it's Faddle there in the shape of Lee Gilmore and Simon Horton. Sheridan running at the defence, finds Powell. Powell gets it to Cummins. Cummins is really nowhere to go, steps back inside. Just could have looked to offload the ball, Francis Cummins. Gordon. Strong player, Brad Gordon. And the crowd going absolutely berserk about something that happened in the tackle. Kemp has the football in his hands, puts a little kick out there. In fact, he doesn't kick out. It's Andy A that's come on for Leeds. Blackmore still going. Looking to, can he release the football? It's the last tackle, he'll have to turn over, Richie Blackmore. But not a bad option, Dean.
Yeah, I think Leeds done the right thing there, but you just got to give some credit to the Wigan defence at the moment. They're scrambling for each other and they're working very hard.
Yes, they've made sure that Leeds haven't capitalised on the fact that there's a man missing. And could it be that the try that Simon Horton got could be the winner? It's a long way to go yet though in the game. There's 24 minutes still left to play on the clock.
And Henry Paul coming back for Paul Johnson by the look of it.
Yes, and Tony Smith using the dummy half player as a foul. Looked to be a knock on there. It wasn't really, but some of the crowd shouted. That'll just stop the ball in his hands. Harris then comes back and brings the ball back with purpose. In fact, dummy to no one there because there was no one to dummy to. And still going, Yeston Harris takes play now, 35 metres from his own line, out on the south stand side. 8-7 then, we're going to have it here at Headingley this evening. Darryl Powell driving forward.
And it's going to come down to a bit of individual magic at the moment, and you've just got to look round and say both sides are packed with people capable of coming up with it.
And here's one Ryan Sheridan, and here's another Adrian Morley, who's just tackled though, really nowhere to go. He's not going really...
Been well pleased tonight, Adrian Morley.
Yes, not going really forward. Jamie Matthews altered that. He's put him down. And Henry Paul gives a penalty away as soon as he comes on. Adrian Morley just feeling the effects of that tackle, Dean.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, like he has been suffering from a knee injury all week, so he probably hasn't done a lot of training, so he'll be feeling the effects of the pace of the game. But John Money certainly won't be pleased with Henry Paul. He's only been on the field for about a minute and he's given away a penalty.
And Anthony Farrell making Wigan pay for that penalty by driving play up to the 20-metre mark. So the red zone is imminent for Leeds as Lawford puts Andy Hay into the in goal, into the 10 metres now. Leeds putting some pressure on Wigan. The ball comes away from the ruck. This time it's Kemp. Kemp finds Sheridan. Sheridan's looking to bring Morley in on the burst, and Morley shrugs off one man. Still going Adrian Morley, 4-5 metres from the Wigan line. Good set of 6 required here from Leeds. Kemp steps, goes himself, puts up Matthew back. Matthew stretches out, but he's a metre short. Last tackle coming up now. Lawford to Kemp. Kemp's long ball is for Godden. It's not a good one. Oh, kicks much too hard from Brad Godden, and Francis Cummins within space there, Dean.
Yeah, I think, you know, if Brad had done a decent kick there, there's certainly a try on, because Francis Cummins was unmarked.
Yes, he got into the right position, Francis Cummins. There was nothing on, but Brad Godden's kick went too deep.
Again, a great set of 6 from Leeds, some great charges to the line, but you've got to credit the Wigan defence. Jamie Matthew was over, but hauled back about a metre from the line.
Yeah, certainly. There's nothing wrong with the Leeds play at the moment. They're controlling the ball, and as I say, you've just got to give some credit. At the moment, Wigan are just slowing their game down. There's a bit of a professionalism here, and hopefully Russell Smith will be wise to it and stop the clock.
Yes, the clock has been stopped, and Wigan will now play the football with Robin McCormack.
And we should remember that Leeds haven't been able to capitalise yet on having that extra man they could do with the ball in their hands.
Yes, and Jason Robinson just makes good play, good progress down the field. Farrell now. What a great player Andy Farrell is. And just hugging the touchline there and using it to his advantage. Gilmore. To be a bit of an obstruction there. Gilmore steps out of a couple of tackles. And McCormack again plays the ball. This time it's for Smith. Smith finds Henry Paul. Henry Paul is for Horton. Blackmore hits him hard, knocks him down. Good defence.
That's better.
Up to the last tackle now, and Danny Moore finds Smith. Smith over the top. Harris took it, could have called for the mark there had that been rugby union, took it that easily. And Cummins has got a bit of pace now and a bit of space as well. Gilmore brings him down. Yeah, certainly there was a poor kick there from Smith, went straight down Houston Harris's throat. Well, they really needed to put the ball out to slow the clock down.
Marcus St Hilaire on for Dean Lawford, so there's going to be some changes at Leeds. Good play there from Leeds, just taking the ball. Darryl Powell into the Wigan half of the field.
Yes, Darryl Powell's acquitted himself very well in a replacement for Mark Glanville. And as Phil mentioned earlier, that there's one experienced player for another, so you know Leeds didn't lose out on anything. Sheridan's gone to the hooking spot. Harris will have moved up. Steps, can't get anywhere though. That's great defence from Wigan, and really Wigan have had the measure of Leeds tonight after that opening burst. Morley gives it to Matthew to Kemp. That's where he wants the football. High spinning bomb. That's high. It's not really going anywhere. Sterling gets it for Leeds. And Wigan there diving on the loose football, and really that was a poor kick, and a bit of bad scrappy play from both sides. Finish up with Wigan with the football, which was really what was the right thing to happen there. But and this is a crucial period of the game, because if the mistake's going to come, it could be now. Dennis Betts coming back on. Mick Cassidy looks like he's going to come on. It's all change on both sides for the big last blowout in the final quarter. Blackmore and Hay in at the tackle. Farrell looking to go himself, looking to offload the ball. He's so big and so strong, he can do that. And the kick will come this time from Tony Smith. And then straight down the throat of Marcus St Hilaire. St Hilaire just takes play back, and Cassidy comes on from Estroff as Godden looks to open play up for Leeds, but he can't get away again. Good defence from his opposite number, Gary Connolly. Powell again, up the middle of the field, winding back the years. Darryl Powell. Been very solid, very strong. Harris, inside balls for Kemp. Kemp back to Sheridan. Powell looking a long ball for Cummins, but
He's not getting any room at all, Francis Cummins, which is a credit to the Wigan sliding and scrambling defence.
Great defence.
Yes, Franny's done well with what sort of ball he's got tonight. You know, he's always got it with the 3 or 4 defenders. And at the moment, Yeston Harris running with the ball, but again, great defence with a great tackle on Andy Hay out wide.
Harris again wants to put the ball in, puts a shot one into Kemp. Leeds have got space here. Morley's going for the line as he gets the ball back inside. I think if Adrian Morley had stretched his legs there, perhaps the knee injury was affecting him. He threw the ball back inside and Wigan have it.
Yes, Adrian needed some support close to him on the inside there, and it would have been a certain try.
Yeah, fully fit Adrian Morley would have scored that. As it was, a very grateful, I think it was Stephen Holgate came up with the ball.
Yes, and Wigan just driving the ball away. Tony Smith. Donald Powell brings him down. It's Gilmore. Well picked up by Martin Matella. In fact, it's Kemp. Sterling's got the ball. He's up the middle of the field. I just saw the number of the man on the floor.
Yeah, that was great work. Brave work by Tony Kemp there. Dropped on the loose ball after the kick from Gary Connolly. Showed a lot of courage and then managed to get off the ground and pass the ball to Paul Sterling.
And Gordon almost through the gap and leads it again 10 metres from that line, and Jamie Matthew it is who's driving forward under the Wigan post. Harris then with the football, wants to go himself, drops off. It's by Andy Hay. That's a try. The Leeds have taken the lead again with Andy Hay. Great play from Yestin Harris. Showed the ball on numerous occasions. Looks he was going to go himself. Andy Hay had the strength to force his way over.
You can put that, even though it was great finishing by Andy Hay, you can put that down to Yestin Harris. With Marcus St. Hilaire coming on the fullback position, it's put Yestin in a halfback. He's getting his hands on the ball a lot more often, and obviously the Wigan defence didn't know what to do with Yestin. Was he going to run? Was he going to step? He showed a great ball on Andy Hay. Andy Hay still had to do a lot of scoring and managed to get over.
Yes,
we were saying that there'd been a lot of changes by both sides for the last quarter, and this is now set for a quite amazing last, 15-16 minutes.
That's right, Phil. I mean, but you've just got to have so much respect for the way Leeds are playing at the moment. They haven't panicked. They've shown a lot of patience. They've been putting a lot of pressure on the Wigan line. Credit to Wigan, they've held out, but if you keep trying, you keep plugging away, sooner or later it'll open up, and that's just what happened.
So Yestin Harris then, one kick from 3. Important kick this. The Leeds have taken the lead, but the kick would just mean that we're going to have to score a converted try. So Yestin then just settles play down. It's just in. It's about 20 metres in from the touchline side. It comes sailing over now. The crowd will tell you that's gone over. That's a great kick from Yestin Harris. So then Leeds have it.
And the crowd are absolutely erupted. There's so much tension around the ground. Nobody could predict now how this game's going to end. 15 minutes, 40 seconds left. Leeds 13, Wigan 8.
Hi, this is Andy. You're listening to Radio Rhino on 1404 AM, the official Leeds Rhinos match day radio station.
Go down to the bench there to say, Bob, great try there from Leeds. Good work from Yestin Harris.
Yeah, a bit of magic again from the Welsh wizard, but it still took some scoring. Did a try from Andy Hay, and it took 3 men to try and stop him, but he took him over the line. Terrific football. Good pressure from Leeds. Let's just hope we can keep him down this half now.
It's very important that we don't concede any penalties at the moment. The defence is on top, so we just can't afford penalties.
That's right, Leeds have got to not miss tackles on Simon Orton, which is what's just happened there, but good defence from Richie Blackmore. He came back and knocked him down. The ball coming across from Wigan, and it's out to Henry Paul with Linsky. That's gone forward, and the referee spotted it. Gilmore it was who picked up, but
again, a word for the officials. Could have been a potential keg this game that could have gone off at any time. They've kept great control, great work there. The touch judge right up with play, signalled the forward pass straight away. The referee went straight to him, and credit to the officials. It's a difficult game to control, this one, and they've done it very, very well indeed.
That's very impressive, Russell Smith, Dean.
Yeah, he's certainly been very cool tonight. You know, he's made his decisions, and they've always been the right ones. I mean, okay, referees are going to get it wrong every now and then, but you know, he just sort of bossed the middle of the park, and you know, he's just been in full control, as Phil said.
Yes, he's had a top game, and Donald Powell gets the ball back to Marcus St. Hilaire as Leeds move away from the scrum. Leeds just look to go forward now with Martin Masella. And he's knocked down under the where does Nick Cassidy's tackle. Sunderland again, just doing the right thing, just taking play forward. Matthew, good ball there for Harris. And Harris takes play into the 30-metre mark. Powell spots a gap, goes some dummy half. Not a lot
sensible play
he could do, but he's open play up now. Kemp has it in his hands. Has lost the football. Tony Kemp just looking to pass out. Leeds had a 3-on-3 and Kemp was looking to draw the man and pass the football, and it just slipped out of his hands.
Again, you can never fault a man for trying to give the pass. In that situation it was the right option, but Darryl Powell, again, experienced player in the middle of the park, just saw there was nothing on, took the ball in himself, turned round, gave a pass, the whole thing started again, and that's what Leeds need in this last 13 minutes, experience and no panic.
That's right, it's a long time to all Wigan, 13 minutes. The manager in the first half until the 36th. Again, good defence from Andy here. And Marty Masella, centre field, Wigan just looking to move the ball to the left. Cassidy looking to switch play, bring big men on the charge out wide on that far side. And Stephen Holgate unceremoniously dumped there. That's good play from Andy here. Right on halfway now, Wigan looking to move the ball out towards their right-hand side. Faddle it was, but that's good defence. That's good defence from Powell and Yestin Harris.
Yeah, Yestin, both captains against each other. Yestin read that very well, and it was a tremendous tackle.
And Marcus Sinclair catches Henry Paul's chip over, brings it back up.
Yeah, a poor kick from Henry Paul. You could tell that because he dived immediately, he'd kicked it, trying to get a penalty, and Leeds back on the attack.
Yes. Cummins has lost the football.
It's a two-man tackle, but I think he just lost it. First mistake of the night.
Sheridan brings Robinson down, and Robinson still gets rid of the football. And Betts knocked down there. Good defence. But Leeds really need to keep calm now.
Yes, we're going to throw everything at them at the moment. Hopefully that mistake won't come back and haunt Franny, but they've just got to keep defending the way they're doing. And just as I speak, a mistake, and who picks the ball up but Franny Cummins, and makes a good 15 yards to boot. So, he's made up for the error.
Yes, indeed, that was good defence again on Farrell. And Wigan just again not getting in those positions where they can give the short passes, because Leeds are giving them no room whatsoever. Matthew, big game again tonight, Jamie Matthew.
He couldn't fault any one of the players that have played tonight. We've seen some sensational rugby league. It's been a festival tonight, what with the academy and this.
That's tremendous victory for the academy side. Adrian Morley goes forward, drives forward. Get down under the post. Get up, says the referee. Stop play acting. Andy Hay out wide. Wants to go himself. He's certainly got the strength when he's running out wide, Andy Hay. Kemp finds Sheridan. Sheridan puts a little rubber kick through. We can have it though. Well picked up. Was Andy Farrell. And Henry Paul dodging that famous spin of his. The Leeds defence is knocking him down now. There's just 10 minutes left on the clock as Gary Connolly comes away from acting half. Good defence from Mazzella.
Wigan with John Clark to bring on, and he's a quick player at the play the ball. If he comes on, could be crucial as Betts makes a half break, but again great Leeds tackling. This time Morley and Matthews stop him getting the ball away.
And one player Wigan will be happy to have played tonight is Lee Gilmore. Dean, he's had a big game.
Yeah, he's a very dangerous player, isn't he? But there's a lot of personal battles going on out there, and just as we speak, just Tony Smith wriggles out of a tackle. There's a lot of pressure out there at the moment, and Leeds are certainly holding their own.
Faddle's high kick. St-Hilaire's underneath it. He's got Rydlinski as well. The knock-on's been given against Marcus St-Hilaire.
I think the knock-on against Chris Radlinski, because it was the last tackle.
Well, that's the referee signalled. And St-Hilaire comes away.
And again, there's urgency in both teams. Andy Farrell couldn't wait to get into that tackle. He can see the clock, 9 minutes left. And Leeds just being patient. It's getting more like chess out there now. Nobody wants to make that mistake.
Marcelo drives forward. Matthew again going forward, and there's a lot of room now for Leeds. They're making a lot of yardage. But the Wigan defence will be very secure near the line. Harris puts a hammer down. Goes himself, drops off for Sterling. Great friends off the pitch. Sterling up the middle of the field, just almost through there, up to the last tackle now.
Drop goal here on the last, maybe.
Kemp's measuring it. Puts it over straight through the middle. Sensible play from Kemp again.
Yeah, certainly was. Phil called it. He did have a lot of time, but it certainly, it wasn't an easy kick. And it does put Wigan 6 points behind at the moment, so they need a converted try just to draw the game.
Then full credit there to Iestyn Harrison, Paul Sterling. On the fifth tackle there was nothing on. Sterling's pace took him just to the middle of the field, gave Kemp the time and the space to drop the goal. And you wouldn't want to make any predictions in this game, but you'd say that logic says now that the worst Leeds would get out of this would be a draw, 6 points ahead. They won't be thinking like that, but the crowd really won't have any fingernails left.
Yeah, such is the pressure. And talking about fingernails, there's Graham Murray's moved down to the bench, so you can just understand what sort of game it is at the moment.
Yes, and Dennis Betts comes off for Wigan, limping as well. Simon Horton looking to bring that ball back. But Leeds have got Wigan where they want them, down here. And Wigan have got to now try and play football and to play catch-up football.
There's some tired bodies out there though at the moment, Stuart.
Yes, there is on both sides, Bob. And you just feel that there's still a bit of more football left in this game yet, as Henry Paul comes away down the middle of the field. Leeds mustn't give the penalties away. Andy Farrell, always dangerous. Cassidy, always strong. Takes the tackle. Stephen Holgate. Tackle inside the Leeds half of the field. So
Leeds have defended extremely well tonight. They've kept Wigan on around the halfway line in this second half.
And that's a good high kick again. Sinale. Taken there by Sterling. Great defence there.
Oh boy, I was on the edge of my seat there. Paul Sterling done some great covering work. Saint Hilaire did drop it under pressure, but he did manage to get back, and Paul Sterling helped him out.
Yes, he did well, Paul Sterling. Leeds look to bring the ball away now with Andy Hay. And a lot of arms being waved about by Leeds at the moment as they're looking for someone who fancies having a run. And it's Brad Godden who's got the football. Inside ball for Cummins. Cummins in the way. He's got Wiginski to beat up the middle of the field. Has he got the legs, Francis Cummins? There's 3 Wigan players after him. A lot more the legs, but a good 60-metre run there from Francis Cummins. Blackmore's quickly in at dummy half, and he spots that there's a gap on that far side. Powell back inside for Leeds. This is for Morley. Morley steps up the field, runs into Simon Horton. And Morley's in the 10-metre mark, so how quickly Leeds have turned attack into defence.
Another drop goal now, maybe.
Back for Kemp, for Powell. Powell finds Kemp. Kemp just goes himself. Gordon gets a football and it goes into touch, and Kemp did ever so well there, but edge of the seat stuff, Dean.
Yeah, it certainly is. I don't think they needed to try and force the ball there. I mean, it was a great break by Francis Cummins. Tony Kemp, seen that they were short, Wigan side was short on the right-hand side. Francis Cummins, great inside ball. He made a good 50 metres with the ball and rightly took the tackle, didn't try and force the ball. But then we just tried to force it in that particular tackle. So we just got to back it up now with some good defence. Wigan now are going to get a little bit desperate and they're going to start throwing the ball around. And just as we speak, Jason Robinson's got the ball. Richie Blackmore did come off his man, so he's just got to watch that. He keeps his concentration levels up.
Yes, this is the time when tired minds take over, not as well as tired bodies. So easy to think, well, we've done enough. McCormack. No, that's good defence, and Wigan just looking as though they didn't have a clue there at that time. McCormack struggling. Gets to his feet under the tackle of Andy Hay. Cassidy gets the ball back to McCormack again, and Rydlinski. Rydlinski cleaned out by Marty Marcella as Darryl Powell hung on for grim death. Farrell, great ball out wide there. Back inside. We're going to put the football down. And it's going to be interesting to see what he gives Hayes. Give Wigan head and ball at the scrum, so that Leeds knock the football down. Well, Matthew did knock on with the ball on the floor, but I would have thought that it had come forward off a Wigan hand first.
I actually thought Jamie Matthew was facing his own post and the ball went back. That's a tough call, that one, but that's what happens in a game of rugby league. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't.
I'll back you on that one, Dean.
Yes, difficult decision for the referee to make. And 4 minutes 20 on the clock then. The Leeds will need to keep Wigan out. They won't want to be drawing this game or relying on a drop goal in the last minute from Andy Farrell last year to win it.
Yeah, there's been some great sets of 6 in defence by Leeds tonight, but if there's one they want to win, if it's one they want to try and contain Wigan, this is it.
Yes, this is
Again,
it, yeah.
I don't know whether Leeds should have thought about going for a drop goal when they made that fantastic 70-metre breakthrough. Initially Cummins and then Morley took it on. Maybe it was a time just for slowing it down. Instead of trying to get people over out wide, just to drop the ball back a bit to Tony Kemp, maybe go for a drop goal and try and kill the game off, maybe.
Yeah,
easy to see from up here.
Obviously you're right, and it's great. Hindsight's a great thing, isn't it, Phil?
It is when you've no ability like me.
Danny Moore coming down the outside there, and again good cover defence from Leeds. And twisting for the penalty, well, Lee Gilmore. Shrewsbury Moore lad, Leeds did to talk to him, and Leeds have given the penalty away now. And really, this is ridiculous play. You can't afford to give penalties away at this stage of the game. 7-6. Oh, great defence there, Martin Masala on Tony Kemp actually. Just caught the back of the number again. That looked like number 8. Oh, the referee's not said that the man wasn't tackled. Well, this is the best spell of attack from Wigan now, and Leeds really need to hold here, because this is very...
Yes, Wigan are lined out right out on the right-hand side of the field. Andy Farrell moves the ball. Henry Paul steps off his left foot. Neil Cowie inside ball. Good defence. He offloads the ball and a knock-on. That was a crucial knock-on there. Gary Connolly, of all people. Leeds have the ball now, bringing the ball away from their own line. Yeston Harris running from dummy half. Again, he makes some metres every time he gets the ball.
Yes, and I think Leeds will get a penalty
That's
here.
what Leeds needed.
Yes, the referee having a word with Danny Moore.
Looks like Danny Moore hit Yestin Harris, and Yestin's milking the clock for as much as he can. The referee hasn't stopped the clock yet.
Leeds Rhinos, the man of the match. Darryl Powell wins the man of the match, and couldn't argue with that, Dean.
No, he's had a great game, as I say. Early in the call, you couldn't argue with the effort that he's put in.
The clock's still winding down. The referee didn't stop it, which has got to be to Leeds' advantage. There are 2 minutes left.
Leeds have just got to do nothing silly here. They've just got to play out their set of 6 here, have a good kick and chase, and they'll win the game.
Yes, and slow the play the balls down themselves this time. Just wind the clock down. Andy here. Solidly take the ball forward. That's all Leeds have got to do. And here's the man of the match, Darryl Powell.
And again, this could be the match-winning penalty.
Yeah, that's a penalty now.
There's only 1.5 minutes left. Leeds will go for goal, and I think they've won the game.
Yes, and Kemp just having a word with Harris and saying, you just take your time and go for goal.
Yeah, certainly. He'll take his time here. He'll eat most of the time off, if not all of it. And Leeds should come away with a victory.
As long as he kicks it dead, and perhaps even if he doesn't, it looks like Leeds have come up with a famous victory tonight.
14 points to 8 then, Leeds have it. 2 goals from Tony Kemp, very vital, 2 drop goals. Try for Gordon, try for Hay. Or Harris then.
And talking about man of the match, could have given it to anybody, but for me again, and it sounds like a record, Yestin Harris has been absolutely outstanding.
Absolutely.
And he could cap the match with this penalty. And if you wanted drama, the ball's fallen over.
And they'll stop the clock here as well. But yeah, as you rightly said, Phil, I mean, I suppose Yeston can take man of the match most weeks. It's been a great team effort. It's been a very professional performance. Obviously, we're not going to take anything for granted. We know what this Wigan side are capable of. Anything can happen, and there's still a few seconds left in this game.
So Harris then gets to come up with the football, come up with the kick, that'll win the game for the Rhinos. What drama. Minutes. Penalty goal from Yestin Harris wins the game for the Rhinos. 16 points to 8. And you can't fail to be impressed with that.
Hi, this is Graham Murray. You're listening to Radio Rhino on 1404 AM.
the official Leeds Rhino matchday radio station.
Good call, Phil Daly. Robin McCormack just brings the ball back now.
All he's going to have to do is take the last tackle of the game.
There goes the Hooter. Famous victory, Leeds are clear top tonight. There'll be no catching up over the weekend this week, Phil Kaplan. Great play, Dean.
Mate, this is a big victory. You know, all the critics out there, it's obviously been a lot of slap on the backs for this Leeds side, but they fully deserve it tonight. A tremendous victory. It was a great contest. Don't get me wrong, you know, it's not as though Wigan played badly, just that Leeds dominated them around the ruck area, and they still had that firepower to score the tries when it was needed.
Against a lot of other teams, Wigan would have won tonight. They played some very controlled football at key periods. They had a 10-minute spell either side of half-time when they really were dominant, but Leeds stood firm. They didn't panic. They played some magnificent sets of 6 out themselves that took them maybe 50-60 metres at crucial times. More important than that, when Wigan were in possession, they kept them penned into their own half. They had to kick on the last tackle. They went behind and they had the character to come back. They even got over the loss of Mark Glanville with what looks like a serious injury, and this team could go unbeaten for another few weeks yet. They are a dominant force.
That's tremendous performance there from Leeds. Great victory. They led 7-2 at half-time, but immediately Simon Norton scored a try and an Andy Faddle penalty made it 7-8, and Wigan held that for a good 20 minutes before Andy Hay went over after good play from Yestin Harris. Converted by Harris, 13 points to 8. A drop goal from Kemp on 71 minutes probably made the game safe for Leeds, made sure they couldn't lose it, and then a penalty right at the end. 2 penalty successions. Wigan's frustration came out plainly there, meant for Yestin Harris kicking a goal in the last minute. Leeds just had time to kick the ball off again, and Robin McCormack took the tackle. A bit of slowing down at the play of the ball meant that was the last tackle of the game. So Leeds have it then here tonight. Famous victory at Headingley. Leeds 16, Wigan 8.
I think